Hey everybody, I am here with Justin, who's the voice of Deku in My Hero Academia, and today we're going to be talking about how kindness is actually really the strongest power, the strongest quirk.
Hey everyone, so nice to see ya, great to be here, and go beyond, plus ultra!
Back to Deku for a second. We have a channel on YouTube where we do a lot of martial arts, and it's really connected to brotherhood.
Cool, yeah.
And sort of, working together and, positivity. One of the things we love about My Hero, of course, is that brotherhood, that positivity, with any of his classmates, really. But what I like about it is it's so human. So you have like Bakugo, even like Ida a little bit in the beginning, where there's this sort of clash, but then through circumstance they become friends.
Yes.
And, what does that mean to you as a person? Like sort of that bringing that human element, which in some anime we don't get, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I love in My Hero how they kind of go that deep layer.
I absolutely agree. There is such a human element to My Hero, despite everyone having crazy, ridiculous superpowers, and you go to school with superheroes who teach you everything. I think it's really cool that all of these characters feel like they're real kids who are growing up, and it's hard to grow up. As I can't even imagine how it would be if I had superpowers at my beck and call. So yeah, to see these kids going through very real things and dealing with anxieties and bullying and trying to find out where to work or what you're going to do as a job or a career, it's all really complicated. So I love that the characters in the hero and the classmates that we follow, especially in Deku's case, they never paint his emotions or his pain as a weakness. It's who he is, and they love him for it. And I think that sort of healthy dialogue and friendship is going to go a long way with this next generation of fans who are growing up not with shows or with shows that celebrate uniqueness and your quirkiness and that you are special just for being you, and you're not beholden to what has come before you. You are yourself. I love that message being spread to this younger generation of fans growing up, because they will spread it into the world, and I'm really excited for them to do that.
Agreed, and I think we all agree that even stuff like Demon Slayer, if you guys know, it's sort of celebrating, it's kind of morphing shonen, and it's awesome to be a part of this, where like kindness is a superpower.
Absolutely.
It's the ultimate power. It overrides everything. Brute strength and anger and everything. It's so cool that Deku, I think, has a lot of that.
Yes, definitely. Empathy and empathetic viewers are going to be really, really great.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Who really look up to Deku, or younger, older, who have been struggling, and really find like some sort of motivation in your character. Like, how does that make you feel? And do you have any message for the fans?
Oh, it's really special. I love that people have Deku as a character to root for. I feel like being able to see Deku succeed and his friends lift him up is really special for audiences now, and I love that they get to root for him, because rooting for him is kind of like rooting for yourself in a way. So I think that's great, and to fans of Deku and fans of the show, the themes in this show are true and real, and I hope that you take them to heart, because you really can be a hero if you try, and if you want to put good into the world, you can and you should. And what makes you is unique to you and very special, and you should embrace that and not try to hide it away. I feel like a lot of people hide the best parts of themselves to fit in, whatever that means. So now that anime is cool, we can all be cool, we are who we are, and that's really special.
That's your work.
Exactly.
Like it.
All right.
Yeah, I was just going to say, again, back to our martial arts theme, but now we've established, of course, that kindness is almost its own power, right?
Yes.
So is there a favorite, fight, either mental or physical that comes to mind where, there was a big growth for Deku that comes to mind? Do you have any favorite moment or favorite battle?
Definitely. The one that always stands out to me, I think, is the sports festival, the Fight vs. Todoroki. First of all, such a feast for the senses. The animation's beautiful, the storytelling is amazing, and just the theme of that episode always really calls out to me. The fact that Deku, who came from nothing basically and still doesn't really have full control of his ability, it's sort of borrowed at that point, still is. But for him, of all people, to tell Todoroki, this sort of star student, that you are not what came before you. You're your own person, and you choose to wield the power that you have to your own, for whatever reason you want to. I think that's really powerful. So, all that combined into this really great episode is amazing. To see Deku standing on his own 2 feet and fighting so relentlessly to help his friend push through something that he's dealing with. It's incredible.
Yeah,
I love that.
It's more important to him than winning, to like make sure his friend's okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
So what drew you to playing Deku?
I'd been working at Funimation about 2 years at that point, and they started talking about this cool new show that they just got. It was going to be a pretty big deal, probably, which in retrospect is very funny, and so they did a big, pretty wide audition for the kind of actor pool that they've cultivated so far, and I was fortunate enough to be invited along. Basically, my part of the process was I was handed a binder that had a bunch of characters in it. Deku through everyone else in like Class A pretty much, and some teachers. And I read for about everyone I can get my... Really, really wanted to be a part of the show. I'd seen about an episode and some chapters of the manga at that point just to kind of check out what it was all about. And I felt most closely related to Deku, but I just really loved the story that they were telling. It felt very unique, and I loved the world that they were building. So, yeah, when I read for everything, and Deku, sort of his character and his voice was, I think, the closest to my wheelhouse. So I tried my best on that one, and thankfully it really all worked out. So.
How did you approach the character? Like, did you? I know you said you didn't know the show that well, but you did some research.
Yeah. As far as Deku goes, what I always sort of quickly identify feels like kind of this sort of portrait of mental health and mental illness growing up. And the things that he goes through, I think, are very relatable to a lot of the folks who watch this show now, like struggling with self-worth, or people telling you that you can't achieve the goals that you've set for yourself, they're unrealistic, etc. So I just really wanted to make every moment with Deku as honest as possible, because I felt like what he goes through, there will be people watching who identify with that and say, hey, I see parts of myself in this character, and he's being celebrated, and he's a winner, and he's a hero, and his friends love him for the kind of person that he is. So I just really wanted to try to get all that across, because he feels very unique in that way to me.
What's it like being part of something that's this popular, globally?
Oh, ridiculous! Yeah, like even as we were told, like this might become a pretty big show, the first season kind of came and went to lukewarm kind of reception. It wasn't widely available to everyone yet. Now that it's on Hulu and Netflix and all over the place, people are able to watch everything, all 60-some episodes, and just get deeply invested in it. So I think that goes a long way for how popular the show has become now. That plus social media and getting access to these shows much quicker than it used to be back when I was growing up watching anime. Yeah, so I think it's just kind of this perfect storm of all that coming together, and now to see it become so widely popular is amazing. Like, I grew up as not the hugest anime fan, but I definitely appreciated it and liked watching it growing up. Toonami, Adult Swim, that sort of thing. But anime was never really cool when I was growing up. It just wasn't. Like, it wasn't widely available enough or mainstream enough to catch on. And now it has in a huge way, and I think that's really incredible. Like, something that really sticks out to me is I'll be at conventions and families will come into my line and ask for autographs and say, we watch this together as a family every week. And that's just the coolest thing to me. It never used to be that way, and to see anime come into the mainstream and families watch it, you're making friends with each other over the internet, over shows that you love, I think it's really cool. So I'm just happy to be a part of that advent of anime that we have now.
How would you recommend that somebody break into the industry, and also what advice would you give them, and what did you wish that you might have known at the start?
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Voiceover. What I wish I'd known at the start, because is that there's so many opportunities for voiceover, things you wouldn't even think of, and thinking now early on when you're getting started and figuring out how to break in, what you could do locally. or what you could do even online, is I think going to get you far as far as practicing. Like you can do. It doesn't have to be character work. It can be narration, audiobooks, promos, radio, all kinds of stuff. But if you do want to get into character voiceover, then the kind of hard advice I have to give folks is you got to be where it's happening, which is Dallas, Los Angeles, New York, Vancouver. But otherwise, I feel like that's demoralizing for a lot of folks starting out. So if you're truly passionate about voiceover, there's opportunities online to network and collaborate. You can try to get together like a narration reel or a commercial reel. That's where the money is. And get started that way, because any practice is good practice as long as you are practicing well. But gosh, otherwise, advice I'd give is find any avenue you can to perform, whether that is on stage or on camera. Singing, improv is great too. Or even just networking with folks online and creating projects that way is really good. Just you have to be doing it. So many folks, I think, and this is I feel like overplayed, but everyone says it. You got to be an actor first. The skills that you need to learn to be an actor are way harder than the skills you need to be in the booth. So focus on those, and then when the opportunity comes along, you'll be way ready for it, and you'll make a good impression, and they'll keep calling you back because they know that you are an actor, and they can depend on you for that. Otherwise, find out what you love about performing. Find out what you love about entertaining and the joy that it brings you. And you should really get on stage and try to perform for people. A lot of people, I feel like, are drawn to voiceover because of the feelings of stage fright or performance anxiety and that sort of thing. And the best advice is to just do it. You got to get out there and try, and you will find out what you love about performing. And if you find out that you don't love to perform or act, at least you tried, and now you can devote that passion to somewhere else in entertainment or something else that you really do love doing, because that's what it's really all about. Like, find something that you love. And for me, acting was what I loved, and for a lot of us it is. So
That's a great way to end.
Yeah, very good.
thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Justin, thank you.
Thank you, my
so
pleasure.
much.
Make sure to subscribe for more of this. Hit that sub button, or I will come to your house. I will punch you, and then I'll make you watch Dr. Stone. It's a good show. You'd like it. Anyway, see you around.